Wow. It's your girl, baby. It is the mule. Wait, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me get everything set up. Jesus Christ, because you gonna get your kids like this. If I had a you gonna get. So, what I really want to talk about is this here scene. How protected do you ladies feel? Because I just feel that there are so many brothers who claim protection. And then there's the guys who really would do protection. So I just want to ask you, how much protection do we really have with so many scary men who are scared to protect you? No, for real. No, I'm dead honest, bro. You go get your. I would never teach my boy to say, shoot me. And if I got a feeling, yeah, go out like goddamn with a Tony Montana. That's what you need to tell me. You sound dumb. You just sound dumb to the motherfucker, JC. I know it's jumbled because a lot of people were talking at the same time. Wow, what's up, Miss Cordia Malik? I love you, sis. I'm so glad you guys made it good out the storm. But this guy is saying, do I have to let the police kill me? Shouldn't I have a right to defend myself and my family? And listen to how many men are arguing with him. I don't gotta sit up there and wild no Brent. Let's listen to this, okay? Let's think about this. What are you all saying? You dumb in the motherfucker, dog. I swear to God, that's why they gotta shoot. And that's why they telling him you dumber than a motherfucker. They telling this man, this black man, y'all, this shit is sick. We have this here protection. We already know the provisions ain't shit that they saying. But this is the fake protection these women think they getting. All of these men except for one. Wow, what's up, Sister Sharice? I love you, sis. This the fake protection. I separate myself from niggas. I'm gonna shoot me. I'm shooting back. Listen, I don't know. I'm gonna try to let this video play, but the dude who said this is why I don't want don't do protection from niggas. That dude name is Uncle Tom. That nigga proudly said he divested and got a white wife, right? And his kids is mixed in. Let me go back a little. But he's one of the people who are antagonizing this fool. Hold on. Let's listen to this, okay? Let's think about this. What are you all saying? You dumb in the motherfucker, dog. I swear to God, that's why they gotta shoot. And that's why I separate myself from niggas. That's exactly why. I'm gonna shoot me. I'm shooting back. But listen, y'all, this is why they mad. They mad because he's saying he gonna shoot back. See, as a black person, these here Negroes believe you don't ever have a right to shoot back. And we sit up here and then listen to these same men. Now they're gonna keep antagonizing this brother and show him the errors of his, ways, that he shouldn't shoot back and this, that, and other. He They talk on both sides of their fucking mouth. Oh, we gotta protect. We protect you guys. We protect and we provide. But why do they really fucking protect or provide a fucking thing? And you motherfuckers is scared all the time? How the fuck can you protect me and you can't protect your goddamn self?
Human right to protect myself. Jay Prince. I'm gonna shoot me. I'm shooting back. I say something, please. Let me. I got a human right to protect myself. Jay Prince. Let me just say this. Come to my wife. Yeah. Please let me say next one. Yeah, you must didn't hear my story last. No, I heard you. No, you didn't hear this story. When I was back in 08, I done shared it a few times on here. No, I'm talking about right now. When a cop walked in my house, me and my girl was coming from, we had our own little business. We had our own house in the white neighborhood. This man was walking, one officer was walking in our house, screaming and shit. My girl, she started yelling with the cops, but the cop talking, bitch, shut up. He talked to my woman like this. And my girl was like, fuck you. At that point, she felt so disrespected. She felt so disrespected. And how aggressive he was, I knew he would just wait for one little thing. But he didn't know I kept my Desert Eagle right by my door. And I stood out my door. Get the fuck out of my motherfucking shit. What else you got today? Oh, hold on. And that's what you told I told my girl, shut up talking to him. She wouldn't stop talking to him. I said, get the fuck out of here. I would have.
Y'all hear this clown ass dude laughing? Because it's outrageous to him to have that type of protection. Listen, women, we really need to stop listening to these motherfuckers claiming that protection. You know who the fucking real ones are, who will be out there protecting you. And that's why I back the real ones. I back the real motherfucker. That's the reason why I tell you that in my family, I don't go run and tell every fucking thing that happens. It's not that I'm scared. I'm scared of what they would do. But when you don't have real motherfuckers, you got clown people. They're gonna clown the brothers who really listen to this shit.
She felt so disrespected, and how aggressive he was, I knew he was just waiting for one little thing. But he didn't know I kept my Desert Eagle right by my door. And I stood out my door. Get the fuck out of my motherfucking shit. What else you got today? Oh, hold on. And that's what you should have done. I told my girl, shut up talking to him. She wouldn't stop talking to him. I said, get the fuck out of here. I would have murdered that motherfucker if he got out there fighting. He would have murdered me by cold water. I want to sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here and get
Now, y'all heard this guy saying, I'm not going to continue to bow down. But you heard the people laughing. And they're laughing because their cowardice would never allow them. The cowardice of these men. And let me tell you, he was the only man on the panel of 10 who was talking this reckless shit. So beware when you keep hearing about men protecting. It's 1 out of 10 that probably will protect you, honey. It's a very small number. And they're all about to tell him how wrong he is to want to protect his own family, his own life.
Hey, Jay Prince, you're not talking to somebody. Hey, you super nigga. I know. You ain't no super nigga. Hey, Jay Prince.
You heard what this nigga called him? Well, we get it. You're a super nigga. You don't have to be a super nigga to be wanting to protect your own freaking life, your own family life. But that's what they believe. because they so scary.
Hey, Jay Prince, you're not talking to somebody who have. Hey, you super nigga. I know. You ain't gonna do no super nigga. Hey, Jay Prince. Jay Prince. No, I'm not gonna fix my kids. We gotta sit and take them to get Jay Prince. Hey, Jay Prince, listen to what you did. Listen to what you got a right to protect your life. Okay, I'm not trying to get you a. You got a right to protect your life. Jay.
Now, do y'all believe that? Do you need a law to tell you that you have a right to protect your own life? Do you need a law to tell you that you have a right to protect your own fucking life? I don't believe so. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you need the law to tell you? Or do you have a fucking human instinct to protect your fucking life? That should be a natural instinct to protect your own life. These people are crazy to me.
Right by my door. And I stood out my door. She felt so disrespected. My girl, she started yelling with the house. Me and my girl was coming from, we had our own little business. We had our own little house in a white neighborhood. This man was walking, one officer was walking in our house, screaming and shit. My girl, she started yelling with the cops, to the cop talking, bitch, shut up. He talked to my woman like this. And my girl's like, fuck you. At that point, she felt so disrespected. She felt so disrespected. And how aggressive he was, I knew he was just waiting for one little thing. But he didn't know I kept my Desert Eagle right by my door. And I stood out my door. Get the fuck out my motherfucking shit. One of us gonna die today. Oh, hold on. And that's what you told my girl, shut up talking to him. She wouldn't stop talking to him. I said, get the fuck out of here. I would have murdered that motherfucker if he got like that. Yeah. He would have murdered me and my girlfriend. I'm not finna sit up here and get Hey, Jay Prince, you're not talking to somebody who have. Hey, you super nigga. I know. You ain't gonna do no super nigga. Hey, Jay Prince. No, I'm not gonna fix my kids. We gotta sit and take them to get Jay Prince. Hey, Jay Prince, listen to what you did. You got a right to protect your life. Okay, I'm not trying to get you excited. You got a right to protect your life. Jay Prince, I'm not trying to get you excited, brother. I'm trying to make you have a conversation with me. No, can we have the conversation? But they got.
You see, this is the problem when you dealing with a bunch of excuse me guys, I just woke up, but I was listening to this shit, so I went back and I recorded it. This is the problem when you deal with a bunch of coward ass men. And also when you dealing with bitches, women who've never been protected. I have told y'all many stories in my life that wow, what's good, Planet Free Spirit? Thank you for joining us, sis. But let me tell you that I don't go run and tell shit a lot in my family because, see, I have hot heads in my family. I call them hot heads. And my dad was a hot head, my brothers, my husband, and now I have my sons, right? So every time somebody do something, the majority of the time, 99.9, I will not tell them anything because I have a sense of protection, right? And I know with that protection, they don't give a shit on how they're gonna come through with it. So me, I make sure that I'm dotting every I and crossing every T because listen, I don't need them coming to defend me. But this is the cowardice men. This is why a lot of women have never felt the fucking protection. They never felt like a motherfucker will risk it all to come for them. And this is why a lot of these men that ain't never felt that kind of protection or love or grace from women. Because they whole ass niggas. They wonder how Pookie and Riri can get a fucking so much love and protection from women. But let me tell you something. See, my daddy, if I told him a motherfucker did me something when I was a girl, my daddy was coming through. To the point where my sister said, I'll tell these stories a little later, but let me finish this here clip.
Me and you have to come. Me and you talking right now. Can me and you have the conversation? They got 48 guns. I know. Can me and you have the conversation? Jay Prince, can me and you have every round? If you have to use them rounds, it's gonna be looking like me and me. Jay Prince, can we have that same conversation? Hey, Jay Prince, you're not even listening to me. You seeing red right about now. You seeing red right out of now. You ain't even having time to get over and picking up those stuff, right? My thing was doing is me and my girls understand why. They've been harassing us for moving in this. They was putting dead squirrels before that stuff happened. Before this one cop in the house, they put dead squirrels in our yard. They telling us get out of White Alice. I go to court for a speeding ticket. I get pulled over as soon as I leave. Then I said, man, I ain't never had a record day in my life. How come I'm getting pulled over? He said, well, let me check your name. What's your name? He ran my name. He said, you know, you right. You never had a record till you moved out here. He said, to be honest with you, the judge told me come out here and pull you over. I went out there and parked on the wrong side of the street because we had too many cars parked on one street. So I parked on the wrong side of the street, 3 o'clock in the morning. A police officer, we don't, parking checkers don't do this. Police officer get on a bullhorn on 3 o'clock in the morning, call out my name, tell me to park my car. You parked in the wrong spot. They kept fucking with us. So when we didn't sell drugs at the time, we weren't committing no crimes or nothing. This cop, this work cop, it wasn't no reason with this cop. This cop was very aggressive. He was getting loud, and then they didn't help my girl. She felt disrespected. She was like, you don't come to my motherfucking house. You know all this other shit. I got you, Jay Prince, but I'm asking.
But let me just tell y'all this here. Wow, was good, Sharice. Was good, Rain Cloud ZC. Listen, these men who are laughing at this guy. See, I live real life fucking experiences. And my real life experiences taught me not to share or say everything that I went through, right? But I had people who always was there to protect me. Wow, what's up, Tampa Supreme? My thing is, you guys coming from no protection and not willing to give up any type of protection. Y'all just really don't understand that some brothers will give you the ultimate protection. And let me tell you something. There are men who going around killing people, other people who look like us every goddamn day. And there are some men who say, I don't really want to kill nobody. I ain't no killer. I'm like Tupac. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. These are the brothers I'm talking for. These brothers is like, nah, I ain't really no killer. Just don't fucking push me. And the push for them the push they are talking about is injustice. I would rather have a motherfucker who would stand up for me if I'm getting treated wrong than old coward ass man. All of the men who were on that panel were cowards. These people were bringing up all kind of things, talking about police abuse and this and other. And the one guy who they think is so intelligent, who is so stupid they feel, is the only guy who is willing to say, that police would have had to kill me that day. Because I sure was willing to kill him. See, this is the reason why we're in the state that we're in. We're in the state that we're in because it's so many people not willing to risk it fucking all. Because we get pacified and told that the men who are willing to do it, we look at them as lesser than, or they're not smart enough. And the shit is all COWARD. Cowards. These motherfuckers is coward. And we raise people up in society to be cowards. We glorify the people who are the cowards. And then we sit up here and say, we want protection. Let me just tell y'all this story about my father. I was a young girl. And I know a lot of y'all young people not going to relate to this, right? Wait, let me put this earpiece on. Why? Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me, please. Somebody put a 1. If you can't hear me, don't worry about it. If you can hear me good, put a 1 in the chat. Can anybody put a 1 in the chat if you hear me? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tampa Supreme. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Sugar Bomb. Wow, what's up, Sugar Bomb? I know I made it when I see you in there, baby, because you're the queens of the chats. But listen, let me tell y'all this story about my father. My dad, back in the day, they used to send children to the store with notes. And I might have been 9 or 10. You know, my dad sent me to the store with a note, and I was going to get him a fifth of liquor, whatever he had on that note. I go to the register, and then in return, I sneak in and get me some type of candy or honey bun or a bag of chips, right? That was the reward for going to the store. You go ahead and get you what you wanted, right? And then you just hand the cashier the note. The note could entail some alcohol, some cigarettes, or whatever. They would just bag it up, put another note in your bag that you gave to your parents, and you went home, right? So I'm coming out of the store. Now, when I walked into the store, I saw a friend of mine, a classmate of mine's father out there, right? I got a little boy who I also went to school with. I saw him out there. And I spoke to him and waved, and I went in the store and did my business. Coming out of the store, the same man grabbed me, y'all. Grabbed my arm and then grabbed my ass. As a little kid, I didn't know what to do. All I knew to do was to drop everything and take off running. So I go home, and I get home, and I'm crying. And first person I saw was my sister, and she was like, calm down. But my dad comes out, and he sees I'm crying, and so I couldn't breathe, right? Because I ran for so long, I'm trying to catch my breath. So my dad grabs me. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like trying to catch my breath. And I'm like, that man. And he's like, what man? And I'm just crying, oh, daddy, that man. And so my dad, I don't know what happened. I think he went inside and came right back out. And he said, it happened at the store. I said, yes. So he puts me in his truck. He drives me to the store. We get to the store, and I point. I say, he did it, Daddy. Now I'm a little bitty kid. I don't know. You don't even think of consequences when you're a kid. Really, you just tell it, right? Like, that's him. I don't know if I thought maybe he would go to jail. I don't know what I thought. So I remember my dad getting out the truck. I jump out the truck, and I'm pointing like, that's him. That's him. Like in a lineup, but I'm pointing like, get him, Daddy, And my dad asked him, "You grabbed my daughter?" And listen, the man said, "Look, I didn't touch your daughter, but here the stuff she dropped." So he hands my dad the bag of stuff that I dropped. My dad hands it to me. And then he says again, did you grab my daughter's ass? And the man said, "Man, I didn't touch your daughter." I didn't know my dad had a pipe up his sleeve. But my dad turned around, looked at me, handed me that bag, and went to beating. And it was like 6 men out there. And went to beating the hell out of this man. And not one of these other men helped him, helped their friend. I never saw my dad do no shit like this. I really never saw this in my life. My dad was always so gentle. I never saw this coming from my dad. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, in the meantime, between time, I've realized my brothers was on the back of the truck. My little brother. So, I mean, my brother's, a couple years older than me. And my dad finished with his ass whipping and just told us, "Y'all get back in the truck." Everybody piled back truck. This dude was beaten bloody. And he drove home and he said, "If the police come, tell them I'm taking a shower. I'll be right out." When I tell y'all, was so upset with me, she was like, "If daddy go to jail, it's all your fault." And I really started feeling like, damn, like, how is my fault? Shit, I went and did what he said. I went to the store like he said. I got what he said. And somebody grabbed me. How is this my fault? But I realized what she was saying, I told. So that made my daddy react that way. As a kid, that shit put a lot of responsibility in my mind. Because as a kid, you always told to tell if somebody violates you or do something, right? And then I'm gonna be honest, I was a natural telltale. So as a child, thinking that I did the right thing, and my dad demanding what happened, and I tell you, only for my sister to blame me for it, right? And so the police did come, y'all. And my dad went and took his shower and come out, and he got dressed, and they handcuffed my dad. And I'm gonna be honest, I jumped on the police. I was biting them and everything. I was fighting the police so bad, me and my other sister, that the police let my dad out of handcuffs to get them to get him to make us calm down, because we were so upset that the police was taking my dad. We were fighting the police. And my dad was saying, "Stop it, calm down." But it wasn't until they let my dad out the handcuffs and he grabbed us and he hugged us and he was like, "It's okay." And he told us, call your uncle. He gonna come and get y'all. Don't worry about it. He coming to get y'all. And that calmed us down. And then they put my dad back in handcuffs. And once he left, my sister was like, "Daddy gonna go to jail and it's all your fault," and blah, blah, blah. And I just felt horrible, y'all. But what I will say is, I've always felt a level of protection. I've always felt like my word alone can get somebody harm. My word alone, I always had to worry about just saying somebody did me something. I know I have. Listen, my dad is like that. My uncles was like that, right? My brothers are super like that. My husband, I don't know how I married the same type of person, but my husband is super like that. My sons are now super like that, right? So a lot of times, if somebody randomly, I get into it with a person, even as a teen, I told y'all the story about a guy on Canal Street hitting my ass, and me and him, I turned around and cussed him out, and we had this big argument. And I never went home and told anybody. And my girlfriend, the first time she come over to my house, run her mouth and tell my brothers. And it started a big ass damn feud, and they ran to go fight and beat the hell out these guys, right? And it was a big thing back and forth. I never felt like somebody wouldn't protect me. I fought the same girl because I felt like she should have kept her mouth shut. Because I felt like if I didn't tell them, why would you go tell, right? But I mean, I had to check myself later because I'm like, she was just saying what happened. But see, she didn't know that I knew that they were going to go do something. And I think she never had that protection where she knew somebody just hearing something negative happen to her was going to go defend her. See, I never felt like if you misuse me or you rape me or grape me or whatever you're supposed to say on YouTube, molest me or whatever, I never felt like somebody wouldn't believe me or wouldn't do something. And this is the problem in our society. The cowardice fucking men. See, let me tell you something, how shit keeps getting perpetuated. When they believe nobody is coming to do them something. I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm better than anybody because I'm so trusting and naive about a lot of things. But I believe in my life. I have had cousins who've been sexually abused by another family member. And I've told this story. I love this family member. I've slept in the bed with this family member who was way older than us. I would go sleep at my aunt's house. And you know, when nighttime come, everybody piling up, just sleeping and shoot, you know, but never once touched me. Never touched my sister. But you know, to come and find out that he touched two of my cousins. And I believe them. But what I'm saying is, it's something about having something. I think just even though it's kids, you don't understand it. But listen, I believe in my soul. People know who to fuck with and who not to. Because I know if I told my dad, I know if I told my brothers that anything like that happened, he knew something was going to happen. And a lot of times these men, they know you ain't got nobody. Or even if you got a man or a daddy who a fucking coward, they know that nigga ain't gonna do nothing. They know he ain't gonna do nothing. I remember my dad used to tell me, I told my dad, but Dad, you know, I wouldn't tell you nothing because you're gonna do the most and I don't want you in prison for me. And I remember crying, telling my dad, Dad, if anything ever happened again, I wouldn't tell you because I don't ever want something. You know, I don't want you to be taken from us. And let me tell y'all about that story, but let me back it up. So the police arrested my dad and we were fighting him. They let my dad out the handcuffs. He calmed me down. He calmed my sister down. Because we were biting the shit out of them, y'all. Like, we were little kids, but we was fighting the cops. Please don't take my daddy, you know? And they were taking him, so we got mad. I don't know what happened, but we were fighting them and biting. So my dad calmed us down. These police drove my dad maybe a mile from the house and told my dad it'd take a long time to get home. And do you know my dad to walk back home? And they did not even arrest my dad, to be truthful. But anyway, we didn't know that at the time that they weren't really planning on doing that to him. But anyway, and my dad said probably because they had daughters too, and they wouldn't want no man grabbing their daughter ass house out of a store, you know. But anyway, I always had a certain level of protection, even to this day, that if I just get into with a random person, I might curse you out. You can curse me out. But for me to go back and randomly tell, I've never had a man punch me or nothing like that. I'm not saying nothing extreme. But this is why I don't go around. I wouldn't tell my brothers if something happened to me. I would curse you out. I would try to deal with it myself and move on. Because I've always had that protection. I've always known my words could cause you. And I'm going to be honest with you. I saw a woman one time playing cards call her own daughter to her own death. I've grown up. I've seen a lot of shit in my little lifetime. And so, no, I don't want to be like, I'm going to get my brother. My brother going to whip you. No, you'll never hear the music saying no bullshit like that. Because I feel like my brother ain't the baddest people. My brothers is not the baddest people. You got brothers. What if one of them take out my brother? How I'm going to live with
Right.
that I call my brother to his own day?
Right.
You
And they
get
don't
what I'm
fight no
saying?
more like that.
So I've always felt that I have the protection. However, I also need to protect the people who would protect me. But this is the problem in our society. The people who don't have the protection. Because there's a bunch of coward ass men. And when I tell you, I sympathize with women because a lot of the things that these young girls and children went through was because they had whole ass men. My daddy used to tell me it's only 1 in 100 like me. He said I'm not. He used to tell me I'm not a 1 in a million, baby. He said it's other men like me who would die for his children, but it's only 1 in 100. My dad always says that shit. He always told me out of every 99 black men, only one of them would die for their family. And he always would say, I'm one. My son told me that. My 25-year-old, he was 15, told me that. He would die for you. Let me tell you something. It's not every man is a protector like we are being brainwashed to believe. It's not. So this here coward shit, when you see these men doing whole shit and coward shit, it's because they're not that one. And this is the problem. We need more men. And they sit up here and talk about a Pookie or Riri if you did get in trouble for your people. But how many of these brothers out here quickly killing our sons, killing our daughters, killing our loved ones over fucking a street that ain't even theirs, over colors? They kill each other over stepping on a person's shoe. They kill each other over stupid shit. But if we needed them to really have some type of protection, would you count on them? Hell no. Hell no. Now they teasing this damn guy. They always call this guy the Pookie and the Riri. But I will say this here on that shit where he said the cops kept messing with him and the cop was cursing out his girlfriend and came into the house and she telling him to get the fuck out their house. Yeah, he did right. Because how much can you bow down? How much can you bow down? You motherfuckers bow down to everybody, but you want to beat the ass of your women. Right. Y'all, listen, this some whole ass shit I see. Y'all will bow down to these fucking police and bow down to the world, but then you want to raise up to fight women? I have zero respect for these men. Let me tell you something. I could talk all the shit I want to my daddy, to my brothers, and my husband. You know what? They would never threaten me. Never hit me. You know why? They fucking know these motherfuckers 6'2" and 6'3" and 6. I ain't got no win on them, but I could talk as crazy as I want. And they be like, you right. All right, baby. It ain't nothing. I be joking with my dad. I tell my dad all the time, your ass old, not dad, I can take you. You better watch your mouth. My pop be laughing. He be like, all right, baby, go ahead. I can talk reckless as I want and without a fear. See, these here men online, they can't take a woman fucking mouth talking bullshit. You think I believe I could whip somebody's ass? No, I do not. But I can talk my shit. But they have no intimidation from me because they're not freaking cowards. They ain't got shit to prove to me. Because I know what the deal is. I know they're way stronger than me. But when you deal with these weak ass bussy niggas, those are niggas you got to fear. You got to fear them. Because they gotta pump their chest and show a woman, I'm a real man. But you ain't gonna show yourself you're a real man to fucking men. You gonna show yourself you're a real man to women. Right. I talk all kind of reckless, dumb shit. I know it's dumb. I be telling my dad all the time, Daddy, come on now, you about to hit 80, Dad. You know what I'm saying? I clip you. Y'all know how much I love my dad. My dad is the best man ever. You know what I'm saying? But I just be talking shit. It's just jokes. But at the end of the day, these men ain't real men. They can't take a joke. I could tell my husband right now, don't make me whip your ass. He'd be like, all right, man, I don't want you to whip my ass. Because you know why? He know
Right.
goddamn well this nigga's a fucking gorilla. He know he's super strong. He know I ain't gonna, he know I wouldn't even think about it. But he know I'm talking my shit. I could talk shit. These women are like, oh my God, you gotta be so soft and feminine. No, no. When you ever reach a man and your little fucking words coming from a woman make them violent, they some whole ass men.
Yeah.
Cause ain't no woman could make you violent. Listen, I've been around men my whole life. I'm surrounded by them. I grew up with more brothers. I grew up with all these sons. I grew up around fucking men. Listen, nothing but men damn near. And I ain't never felt like my words would so deeply impact them to make them harm me. I ain't never felt that shit. But here, I'm telling you, when you dealing with pussy ass men, I'm sorry, not pussy ass men.
Yeah.
You have to have a fear in your heart from these men. And it's because they're so scared of other fucking men. Wow, what's up, Sharice? How you doing, sis?
Good morning, sis. How you doing? I'm good.
Girl,
You was preaching. You was preaching, so I didn't want to interrupt.
No. I'm just saying, girl, what you think about that? Because I'm listening to this man explain to these other men that sometimes we're gonna have to stand up, whether it's other men or police or whoever, you're gonna have to fight for your family. And all these men telling him he's fucking wrong. Now this man might be wrong 99 times out of 100, but on this subject, he's not wrong.
No, right.
He's
Well, I
not
mean,
fucking wrong. Sometimes you're going to have to fucking take a stand. And when you take that stand, I'm saying it was 10 men on that panel, not one woman. But out of the 10 men who were on that panel with him, he was the only one willing to say we would have to take a stand. And it's a bunch of bussy niggas who talking him out of it, laughing at him, telling him you shouldn't have to do that. Man, listen. I grew up with men who was willing to fucking die.
right.
And this is why I protect them. I protect them. Let me tell you something. If somebody told me something stupid, you think I'm gonna run and tell my husband? And I know he a hothead. I know he coming on all 10 toes right behind me head first. No, I'm not gonna tell him shit. Because at the end of the day, I need him to, to be here with his family and raise his kids with me and fucking go to work. Shit, I'm not running my mouth to put people in harm's way. But what I will say is, it's a beautiful thing to have it the way I know if it was a real life threat to one of my kids, I know I have people look, if we got to have a OK Corral shootout, I know I have people that stand with me. I'm just saying, ladies, honor the people who gonna fight and stand for you. And these here bussy men who sitting up here only got fighting hands for women, y'all need to run from them niggas. For real.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's funny because your dad said only probably 1 out of 10 men is gonna die for their family, and I mean we do
No,
see it.
my dad, I'm gonna be honest, Sharice. He have this joke. He says only 1 in 100, not in 10. He said 1 in 100.
Yeah, that's sad, and it's probably true. I mean, and it's funny because you said that guy, he's always usually wrong, but he was actually right on this subject. So you wouldn't even expect him to say it, but I think it's very telling. I think, did you see this video of this guy and a dog started chasing him and his daughter, and the guy jumps on the car and left his daughter down there on the floor on the ground? The pit bull. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, do you know the
I
video I'm
saw
talking
it.
about?
Yeah, it was a while
Yeah.
back. Yeah, it was like
Yeah, it was a
he was
while back.
walking.
But I
Yeah.
mean, like, I would never expect to see like a man leave their baby, like, about over a dog. Like, I mean, it's been kids got killed by dogs. So if you're not scared of a dog, you just going to abandon your baby and jump on a car. Like, I mean, that says it all. I feel like it. I believe it. Like,
Girl, I'm telling you, I saw that video and I said that's 1 in 100. I'm telling
Mhm.
you because I grew up with that mindset. It's 1 in 100 though. It's not saying that nobody will protect you,
Right,
but it's not a lot of them. And when you
right.
keep on hearing these people talking about this protection, you women need to be aware that it's not many of them. It's not
And
all
it's
of
kind of
them.
obvious because you see how the shit that they be saying, like, oh well, if it was my daughter, you could just tell. And if you remember that Glendon Cameron video, Bomb had actually played it recently, like maybe a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he was saying that he usually goes after girls that don't have parents or dads, that don't have a good relationship with their parents, so
Yeah,
he
I
can prey on
remember.
them. Hmm. So I
And
think
that's
that
the
these
truth.
niggas know.
They know who to mess with. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
they know, and it's so heartbreaking that they seize that shit out in little kids. You
Yeah.
understand? And they see the kid who ain't got no kind of protection, and they
Yeah.
think, oh, even if this one tells somebody, their parents so scary, they dad ain't gonna do shit. You
Right.
understand?
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you this here. I don't give a shit how much you felt about mine. I ain't never had to go through it. And I feel, honestly, I don't know 100%, but I feel like we weren't touched like that because they knew my pa was crazy. They used to joke
Right.
and tell me how crazy my brother was.
Well, you said you had a family member that did it to somebody, but not you.
Yes,
So
a first cousin, girl, a first cousin. And I'm
yeah, so
talking
you
about
knew.
and I couldn't believe girl, it took me forever to really wrap my head around it. But
Mm-hmm.
I believe he did it. But I mean, it's not saying I don't believe
Right.
it, but
It's just shocking. Like,
it just was like we was always there with him, and he never did nothing like that to us.
right.
But you know what he did? He did that shit to the other ones.
Right.
You know what I'm
And their
saying?
dad wasn't around like that?
No, his ass was around, but he a scary ass motherfucker. One
Mm.
of my other cousins whipped his ass, and that nigga took off running.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, talk about Terica, watching my kids.
Wow.
And
So
I
what
mean,
did he
it
do
ain't
with this
fun. It's
situation?
not funny, but I mean, they knew he wasn't gonna protect his own shit.
What did he do when he found out?
Nothing.
Was he mad? I mean, I know he wasn't happy, but did he say
No,
anything?
I don't have no clue about that. I don't know what he did. Wow,
Yeah.
what's up, Tracy? Welcome, Army vet. Wow, do it from Louisiana. Do it, do it, do it. Hey, hey, Mella. What's up, my sister Mella? I love you,
Ha-
Mella.
I love you too.
Jose,
Hey, Mella.
Jose.
Hey,
What?
Good morning, Miss Mella.
hey,
What you
Sharice and
thinking
Mule.
about the What you think, Mella, about this topic?
I just tuned in and found out you were live. I need, well, not need. I would like to have some insight about what's happening. And I don't want you to go over your topic because I just looked and you've been live for 47, maybe 50 minutes. So I'm not asking you to do any work for me. What I'm trying to figure out is how I can contribute to the conversation.
Well, we just basically talking about this here sense of protection, and is it really fake? Because there was a guy on a panel, and it was 10 men on a panel, and they were talking about protecting the family, or basically, right? And he gave an example. But really, he gave a couple examples of even if it doesn't matter if it's a black man or the police or whatever, he willing to die for his family. And these guys are just constantly laughing, like, nah, it ain't worth it, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to talk him, and everybody in the chat, everybody is on these other men's side. But
Oh,
me,
okay.
I'm on the
Yeah.
side of him, because you know what? Sometimes you need somebody to, you won't have to have that fear that this person willing to die and kill behind his damn people. And if you don't have that ultimate threat that this guy is a loose cannon and could do all this shit if you kill or mess with his children. Listen, let me tell you another example. Trayvon Martin did. This man letting Zimmerman go around, do autographs, collect millions of dollars,
Mhm.
and you sit up here on TV shows because you want to look so distinguished and high value of a man. I have no respect for him.
That's right. That's right.
You sitting up here letting this man go around doing all this who took your son. It's not, I could see if he wasn't in the limelight, I wouldn't know what he was going through. But him doing all these interviews, man, sit your fucking ass down.
Selling the gun. You know what I'm saying? Selling the
Girls,
gun that he killed his son with. And
and
this
you
black
and
man
you
is
sitting up
allowing
here.
this.
I just can't. And I was telling Sharice, my dad always said it's only 1 in 100 men that's really about, like, killing behind their family. It's not 1 in 10. It's 1 in 100. So y'all sit up here with this YouTube fake shit talking about men protect and men protect. But listen, it ain't that many. It ain't that many that's willing, because on that panel is 1 out of 10 that's saying he'll
They drinking
die.
this soy milk. You know, like a lot of the food that these black men are consuming is making them punks. Yeah, I said it. It's making them punks. All this food that these men go to drive-throughs and consume, it's making them real content to sit down and watch television and pretend like their manhood doesn't matter. Their manhood matters. They just want to pretend like it doesn't. And it's got a lot to, a man would rather go through his life wishing that he was being taken care of. A lot of men in America today don't actually want to perform the role of a man. And they will argue with a woman that she is masculine. Well, you won't let me lead. Y'all heard this, right? She won't let me lead. Where in the HE double hockey sticks does a man say somebody won't let them do something? A man does what it takes to contain his possession. When a man acquires a wife, when he finds a wife, I should say, when he finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And he defends that good thing because it is his. That's what a man does. He will be productive. He will be possessive. He will
Let
be
me just say this here.
absolutely
I would
prosperous.
never want my husband or my father to join none of this here bullshit ass men. Because you know what?
These men
They
today
will
are
be
bullshit.
listen, there are going to be men who are going to be revolutionaries, and then there are also going to be men who are going to set up the revolutionaries.
But
So
look
I
at
wouldn't
how
want my
they
husband to be
stopped
leading
doing it.
nobody.
Notice the
No,
generation.
listen. If you have somebody who mean what they say and who is a real hero, my husband I think is a hero. I wouldn't want him to be amongst these damn weak ass people, because it's going to be them who tell on him, who's going to betray him. Fuck that. Fuck that. These men, I'm telling y'all better be your own leaders. Men need to be their own leaders. Men don't, because I've seen in history these same men who are revolutionaries, who have good, meaning and good intent, get betrayed by fucking other men. So no, this coward ass
Yep.
man, we need to really weed these weak ass men out and don't let them. Let me tell you something. I got a brother who's a weak ass motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you,
Hmm.
he's a coward. I'm a coward too now. I'm not just putting no shit on him. I'm a COWARD. But if it comes to you backing me into a damn corner, oh, this cat coming out swinging. And I'm gonna
What
tell you
does
this
he
here.
eat?
I don't know what he eat, but he was a coward as a kid. So I got one brother that was a coward, but I got other people that wasn't cowards. So that's what I'm saying. Listen, some people just is what it is. It's just their nature. But what I'm saying is, it'll be people pretending to be these strong brothers, and then they set up and lie and set up the damn brothers who really is about helping you. That's what I'm saying. Because they might have a better game of words, right? You see what I'm saying? My dad never told me, oh, if somebody do you something, I'm a kid. My dad has never told me that. So
Mhm.
when something happened, me running to tell him, him demanding me telling him, I told him. I didn't know my dad was gonna go bust somebody all over their head and face and body. My dad was bloody from the top of his head, y'all. I never forget the shirt my daddy was wearing. It was a white shirt with parakeets on it. Do you know that whole shirt was soaked in fucking blood? I asked my
Oh,
dad, I was crying. I was like, Daddy, you all right? He
Oh,
said,
that's
No,
a
this not.
horrible memory.
My daddy said, This not my blood, baby. This shit was horrible. I'm telling you. And what I'm saying is, if you ain't never had that type of shit protection, you sit up here and think what a man should and shouldn't do. But when you
right.
have had it and you have it in your life, you know you don't want to see it again, and unless it's absolutely necessary.
Mhm.
No, I wish I could erase the memory of my father torturing somebody. I feel you on that.
It was a video of a guy, his daughter or one of his, I think his baby was missing, and he seemed like real nonchalant about the he was on the news. He seemed real nonchalant about the kid being missing, and then later on down the line in the interview, he says, "Yeah, I ride for my homeboys. I'll do anything for my homies. I'll take a bullet for them." But like when he was talking about the kid, he didn't care. I hope anybody in the chat seen it or knows what I'm talking about. But so I really do believe that these niggas don't care. Like, let
Yeah, I think
alone
that's called disassociation or something. They convince themselves that nobody matters but their bros or some type
yeah,
of thing like that.
yes. That's like really the most important thing to them. And
They
and
call
that's
it
crazy.
bros before hoes, and
Yep.
now they're trying to make it sound more intelligent. But that's essentially what it is, bros before hoes.
Right. It's really sick. I think that's why like when you be seeing these dudes with the trannies, that's what I think that's what they really want deep down. Like a lot of them, they like the way women look. They're physically attracted to women, but they're emotionally attracted to men.
Well, it takes a man to help a boy understand how to control his, dare I say, penis. You know,
Mhm.
when a boy grows up without a male influence to instruct him what his penis will and won't do, and I'm not talking about, the touchy feely crazy stuff. I'm talking about just telling the child, like, look, when you in class in 6th grade, 5th grade, you might get an erection, and this is how you handle it. When
No, but you
you
know what?
are on
Hold
a
on,
date,
Bella.
when you
I
on a
remember
date
that
with a
story,
girl,
Cherie.
just because you get an erection, that doesn't mean that you know that it's the end of the world. Like a lot of
Okay.
boys that aren't familiar with how to handle an erection, they are taught by media influences, if they don't have a father, that they are entitled to enter a woman's vagina to
Mm.
solve that situation. Like
Mhm.
that's the American situation. It's set up to where some men without fathers and their guidance, believe that, oh, a woman is designed to take care of this. And that's not the case. there are men that can, tell boys how to conduct themselves as men as they grow, dealing with discovering what an erection is, as opposed to media influences telling them like, oh, you supposed to go fuck somebody right away, and
No,
it
but
just
Right.
becomes
Mella,
crazy and perverted, especially with porn.
but
These
Mella,
boys out here watching porn and they don't have a father. So of
okay,
course they're
Mella.
gonna be sick. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mule. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I'm trying to say is what Sharice was saying about the a man when his daughter was missing, she had got shot. Shazay put it in the chat. Yeah, she had got shot.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was basically saying he wouldn't kill behind his daughter, but he would kill behind his homies. And
Yes.
girl, that shit was so outrageous. But let me tell you something. That is a sickness. But you know what? He's a freaking coward because he was just
Mhm.
scared to go do something to the person who took out his daughter.
But he
But
don't. I
why
think
isn't
also
he
you don't think
scared to
she's
take
worth.
out somebody that
That's what I'm
kills his
saying.
boy?
She don't think she's worth it. That's what
He
it
don't
is.
think she's worth it. She's
Mhm.
not worth him giving his life up for.
Right.
It's crazy.
But his
Wow. What's up,
boys are.
Momo? What's up, bro?
Right. See. Can I play the video?
What's up? What's up? Good morning.
Yes,
Man.
yes, you
Good morning.
can. You can play it, Sharice. Thank you. What's up, Momo?
Okay.
Wow,
Man,
what's
I
up,
got
Sister
Good
Queen
morning to you.
Cascade? Love you,
so how
sis.
y'all doing? I got something to tell you later when y'all finish with this conversation. We can get
No,
more
you
into
can go
it.
ahead and pull it. Talk. Sharice about to pull something up.
I saw the woman came yesterday.
You
Wow, how
did.
was it?
Say, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you this is that first of all, that movie is one of the greatest movies ever made. I'm talking about like top 10, really top 5 out of any movie I ever seen in my life. And it's not like everybody got it all wrong from watching the commercials
Yeah,
about it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like everybody should see this movie because it's really like probably the biggest W in black cinema since the Malcolm X movie.
Man,
Like
I saw it. I feel the
It
same
was
way you
epic.
feel. It was fucking epic, man. It's epic.
Mm.
But I don't want to say nothing because I'm a woman, moo, and I know they're gonna feel like I'm just jocking women.
but if we have, because we really should do a panel when we get a chance of just breaking it down because there's so many elements to it that even when you say, like, you know what I mean, the whole man thing, men got it totally wrong because it didn't do us bad. Like it showed the different sides. You know what I'm saying? Like it showed our sides, but it wasn't like one of them movies where it's like the it went in there just trying to make men
Hmm.
specifically look bad. It didn't do that. And
Yeah,
if you
it
and if
didn't.
you
And
really
Mumu, remember the rumor that one of the warrior women fell in love with a white guy? That's a false rumor. She didn't
Hmm.
fall in love with him.
yeah, but even still, that see, like usually, I'm a movie critic, so that's why I said if we do a panel on this, we can really get into it on so many levels. But that even made sense in that movie. Like even with him being a mixed dude, that element of the story made sense, and it had to be a part of the story because it was a part of the reality of the situation.
He longed for her, but she wasn't thinking about him like that.
Now she was, and see, we can't do that. She was thinking about him. She just
She
had to make
didn't have
that.
any romantic ideations about that man.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Mhm.
Yes, you know she did. Come on
What do
now.
y'all think, ladies?
What movie y'all talking about?
The woman came. I'm
Oh,
gonna be
I didn't see
honest
it.
with you. I felt like
I gotta see
she
it. I gotta watch it.
did, but she had a duty,
Right.
and her
Facts.
duty wouldn't allow her to really think. I think she was attracted, honestly, but her duty was more.
Hmm.
She obviously was. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like we can fall into the whole gender wars on certain points of the movie, but
They
the
didn't
movie the
show
movie
her
itself.
fantasizing about him. They didn't show her kissing on him.
No,
Nothing
but
like that.
they showed her glancing back, and y'all know when we watch a man looking back, and it was a little subtleties that she did. And I know she was like, "Oh fuck," but you know what?
Well,
Her duty to her tribe, to her commitment was way more than what she
well,
could give.
I'll give you this. when she took his clothes, that was kind of strange. Yeah. So I'll give y'all that because yeah, I'm wrong on that because it's like it's like why the hell she take his clothes?
But that
You
movie
know,
was freaking epic, Mella. It was
yeah, it was
epic.
epic.
I gotta see it again. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like I missed a lot. I think I need to rewatch it.
Right. I need to watch it again too. Like, why did
Yeah,
she take his clothes?
Nah, but see,
yeah. Let me.
Mola, with that, like first of all, I cried like 3 times in 3 different parts at least watching the movie. But like
Me too. Me too. It was so deep. It was so good, man. It was so deep, man. I'm telling you. Oh my God, brother, you move. You know me and you the same.
yeah, I be tripping though. I'm glad I went by myself because the last time I cried watching a movie, I had just came back from out of town, and me and my wife was, we said we're gonna go see 12 Years a Slave, and I'm thinking like, all right, we finna go see this slave movie and just, that's gonna be that. We're gonna enjoy the rest of our night. Man, I broke down crying. The night was ruined. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I went to go see this by myself. But it was like I said, with what we was talking about with Mela, old girl. See, she did like Old Buddy, and that's what I'm saying. Like the movie itself, it didn't do the whole like gender wars thing, even though that's the way like those elements were presented in certain content. But the movie itself really didn't like try to make people seem like
Anti-male.
right, anti-male or anti-woman. Like you had certain characters that were that, but if you really look at the movie, the women were not really anti-male. Like they would still show like the I was surprised at how much like reverence and respect they even showed to the king, and they never trashed the king or even really went against him until she had to go say, you know what I'm saying? Until she ain't gonna want to. Everybody ain't seen it, so I ain't gonna want to give the spoilers. But it's like it was still ran like a patriarchy, basically.
It was, and that's the thing. What I hated about Crimson critique of this bullshit. Listen, when you see white women in masculine roles, they don't critique it like that. But listen, this here shit was a necessary event. This here happened because the men warriors were warriors and they just got defeated in so many battles. So they didn't really have that many men in that, but they had a whole lot of women. And so they started training these women, right? But it was not to shit on men. And this is the bullshit that I hear in America that's like, oh, this is like, and this is the thing that get black women to go against themselves. Listen, this has been times in European history when the men went to war and they in a village and they by themselves, them women would pick up pitchforks, honey, and fight these men who coming to invade or rape them and stuff. This is just shit that happens. But when it happens to us, or when it shows us in a fighting mode, it's like we're in a masculine role. We're still women. We're still just women, but we're trying to do the best we can to protect.
And that's
You
the
saw that
thing.
movie Mule, and that white woman, she was not really feminine, portrayed at all.
But they don't hate on them when they playing Wonder Woman or Lou or all these other people. They don't hate on women when they do. But when it's a black woman who's a fighter or who's doing this here, she's not Tomb Raider, Angelina Jolie. They hate that. And
Kill
that's
Bill,
what I'm saying. Yeah, they hate when we show any type of self-defense. And that's what I'm saying. This movie to me was not a gender war movie. It was not about a gender war. It was about to me, it was very positive about just our people, the survival of our fucking people.
It's definitely the best movie as far as like talking about the slave trade at that period of time. I can't think of anything better. As far as like anything dealing with slavery, a period, that's the best movie I've ever seen. Like I may be a prisoner of the moment right now, but just after sitting in that theater watching that movie, like that was a perfect movie. I can't find no critique of it. it was just a perfect movie. I'm talking about like very well written. You had like different subplots. When you think the movie going one way, it take you another way, but it all makes sense and it touch on so many different elements that it's like it pisses me off, like the rhetoric around it with, and it's usually like with people that haven't seen it, where it's like they trying to just make it into
It's a
this,
yeah.
like this man
People
versus
that
woman.
haven't seen it, they got the
Right.
most to say about it.
And even how fierce and how like brutal them women was, they wasn't masculine. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't like, I wasn't looking at that thinking like, man, these women, like they were not masculine. It's crazy. Like it showed you like that can be a part of femininity. They were, you know what I mean? Like, because when
Let
they did
me
their dances and stuff like that, like these women were fucking beautiful. Like Viola
They were
Davis,
athletes.
yeah, like man, they did a
They weren't
very good job at
masculine.
that.
They were athletes. And there's a difference.
but no, they were beautiful. They were beautiful and they were
Absolutely beautiful.
wait, Mumu, finish telling your part about how the women were.
Yeah, I'm saying like they dealt with the internal struggles of, because it wasn't like they had to make a hard decision to do that role, because a lot of them wanted to be wives and mothers and stuff like that.
Yes.
And that's the one of the parts that made me cry was when at the end when Viola Davis was struggling with like accepting being a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like that was hard for her, because she had lived her whole life. Like she buried that part of herself, and she had to like deal with being this warrior. And sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of women I've seen this, like we seen this with like our moms and aunties and stuff like that. Like they feel like they got to be so strong and so tough to play the role and to do what they got to do to take care of their people and stuff like that. But she really had, you know what I mean? Like it was so emotional to me when she really just got a chance to just relax and say, you know what, I'm a mother, and just embrace those feelings. And that, you know what I'm saying? That was even how strong and fierce she was. That was at the foundation of it. Like that was the whole part of her fire to be able to be the warrior that she was, is because she was a fucking mother. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, man. That shit
That
was deep.
shit had me crying, y'all. That shit right there. Oh my God. Her becoming a mother. Yeah, I was crying so hard. It was so deep.
You know
man.
what?
Let me tell you this here. As a mother who have a husband who was gone a lot. My husband was gone a lot in the military.
Yeah.
When you dealing with these kids by yourself, you love them so deeply because they all you have. And that shit right there with the roles of these women. Let me tell you something. I would kill behind my kids. I'm not sitting up here pretending to you that I'm this soft ass woman.
It's gonna be difficult not to give away spoilers about that movie.
Let me just tell
if we keep talking about the movie.
But let me tell you about my personal life. If somebody was to come to invade my home, let me give you an example. My sons had a fight with a kid down the street years ago, and they come and they talking this shit, right? They call the police on my son. Do you know, as a mother, I'm out there like a fucking tiger. Even though I'm not a tiger, I'm out there pretending to be this tiger. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put on different roles as a woman. And I was pretending to be this damn tiger, this lioness. And guess what? That shit subdued, because you know what? I knew how to play that role at that time that it was needed. What I'm saying is sometimes we're going to play roles we don't really want to play. But guess what? You're going to have to play those roles. I was never a stupid woman. I never laid down not one of my kids. I've never been to court. I've never been to a burial site for one of my kids. I'm a very accomplished mother. So,
yeah,
I look at that movie. Them women were heroes. They were heroes.
It's
They
not
was they
masculine
was
in
they was
real life.
heroes. And you usually when you see battles, you usually see the side of the man and what the man go through as far as like his emotions and his stuff like that. But to see them go through that as women and not women, like I said, they weren't women who was trying to be men or no masculine women or nothing like that. These were women who were doing what they had to do, and it was a sacrifice for a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like the even man, so I ain't gonna get too specific about it, but it's like that element of it was just beautiful. Even like and the action scenes itself, like the fight choreography, man, that shit was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? Like they really did a really good job as far as the fight choreography, on par with like you can put that next to any action movie you can think of.
Oh yeah, it looked really authentic. Let can we talk about the principles in developing those women to be warriors? How they discouraged arrogance and they made sure that they had a sense of unity as sisters for the kingdom, right? Of course, the king
Well,
is
let me
sitting on
just
the
say this
throne.
here. Wow, what's good, sister? Tequila is on the panel, y'all.
Hey,
What's up,
Tequila,
sister
good morning.
Tequila?
Did you see the
Good
movie,
morning,
Tequila?
y'all. No, that's why I came up here to say no. Y'all stop talking about it because
Okay,
I want to
right,
go
right,
to.
right. My
I walked
son would
away.
be
I wasn't even
appalled.
listening.
My son cannot stand anybody to talk about a movie he hasn't seen yet. So I feel you on
Yeah.
that.
I'm like, y'all telling me everything.
I
Tequila,
started
the
multitasking
freaking
so I could
movie.
ignore y'all.
Sharice, Tequila, the movie is freaking epic. Do not listen to these crazy ass people on YouTube telling you don't see it. You're
I'm going
gonna
to
be
see it.
missing the best movie ever. This movie was epic. Listen, I saw Black Panther 3 times. I'm telling y'all, I need to see this movie at least one more time. I gotta go see it again. I only saw
Yeah.
it once, but I feel like it was so deep. It was so much emotion that I had that I didn't even expect that I would have doing this movie. That I need to go see it again. You know, sometimes you got to see a movie a couple times before you really get all of the
Yeah,
intentions
yeah, because you miss
about
some
it.
parts when you watch it just once.
Oh my God, yeah, this movie was epic. And every time I say that, people with this bullshit gender war shit, it wasn't a gender war shit to me. It was women doing what they had to do. That's it.
Right.
Boom. Even the title of the movie, they explained in the movie, and it made so much sense. Like it made so much sense. So even like every criticism that people have that haven't seen the movie is explained away in the movie. Like it addresses it and it explains it in the movie. Like I said, it's just a perfect movie. And like I said, I'm a critic. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of any critique, anything I would change about this movie or say like they dropped the ball on this. Like it was just a perfect movie.
Well, I'm excited to see it, y'all. So stop talking about it.
Yeah, Mumu, listen, Mumu,
How y'all
we
doing
need
though? I'm
I'm doing
sorry.
good, Sister Sakila. But listen, we need to do a movie review out. You know what?
Yeah,
Let's give people at least one more week. Maybe next
yeah.
Saturday, Mumu, we do a real movie critique of this shit. Because I'm telling you, I don't want to do it too early where people just haven't had the chance. But I don't want to do it too much later. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give y'all tequila. I'm gonna give you guys another week.
I'm gonna
And if
watch
you
it.
Mhm.
I'm
don't
trying
go
to watch
see it
kids
by
this
then,
weekend.
you just gonna be pissed. Cause it's just I'm telling y'all, you're gonna either go see it or you're gonna be mad with me. Because I wrote down a couple things that I thought about it, Mumu, but I really want to go and do a movie actual review of it. Because it was so intense, it was so beautiful. The women were so beautiful, and they were not to me masculine at fucking all. They didn't want to be masculine. It was a position that they had to play. And let me tell y'all something. As a mother, I have had to play so many different roles as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister. Sometimes there may not be the most feminine roles. And I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I hate when men talk about wives. Listen, I've been a wife, but I've also been a wife with a husband who's been at war. I've also been a wife who have a husband who's deployed. And when you are in that type of a state, it is different from somebody who's saying their husband is always. And even if your husband is not deployed, listen, if your husband is at work and you're home by yourself. That person is not there to always defend you. Listen, this was a good movie. This movie tells you that sometimes you women, you need to get a backbone and stop listening to this bullshit femininity coaches that tell you bullshit that you got to stay in this hip. No, because it's so many different elements in society that you may have to fight. This was a beautiful. Listen, I hadn't cried so much. Let me tell you, I cried at Mighty Joe Young. I cried at The Lion King. I cried at Rambo. Y'all ever saw Rambo First Blood? Yeah, every time it's a certain scene in Rambo.
Which Rambo Mule? Which one?
Man, First Blood, man. Every time I see it, I start boohooing. But let me tell y'all, it's certain things that hit my spirit. Like, if I ever had to do this, I would have to do this. I would just have, and I feel for these people because they went through it. And I have luckily not had to go through that. But let me tell y'all, when you sit up here and watch these, listen, it's certain things. This movie is epic, y'all. If you don't see it by next Saturday, me and Moo Moo gonna do this review. Y'all just gonna be mad with us, Tequila.
Y'all got a week. Y'all got a week, Tequila and Sharice.
Cause I'm gonna let we gonna let all the spoiler alerts fly. You hear me? Ain't no more spoilers. We gonna let it go. Cause this shit was deep, man.
Yeah, I might have to bootleg it. Cause I seen it on that site that I be watching my shows and stuff on. It was on there, but I didn't watch it.
Now you gotta go to the theater. It's gonna look better in the theater.
Man, we went to the IMAX. I'm going back to the IMAX to see this shit. This shit is epic, man. You gotta go to the IMAX.
I'm talking about it'll have you laughing, and then the next couple of scenes you crying. I'm talking about boy, it's a trip. It's a trip, man. It's definitely worth it. But we ain't gonna give it away no more. But I don't know why you was crying on Rambo. That's you tripping.
Man, Rambo First Blood. Oh my God. Let me tell you. That shit is a scene in that movie. I don't care how old I am. Every time I watch that exact scene, I tear up. It's a scene in Lion King, y'all.
With the dad, when his dad dies?
Man.
That scene is so sad. I can't even watch Lion King like that because of that scene.
It's a scene, y'all, with Lion King. It don't matter how old I am. Every time I see it, I know all the songs. I cry. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all not gonna make me feel bad because I cry, y'all.
What movies y'all cried on? Sharice, Tequila, Mella. I don't know who else on there. What movies y'all cried on?
Wait, give me a second. Let me just. Wow, what's up, Keyshawn Wilson? I love you, Keyshawn. What's up, Sister Rochelle Renee? I love you, Rochelle.
Good morning, everybody in the chat room.
What's up to my big sis, my big younger Sister Incognito? I know you're younger than me, but the Incognito is one of the people, y'all, who made me start a channel. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I have so much respect for Incognito. Y'all just don't know how much I love this lady right here. I love her so much. And let me tell you, She's one of the smartest people I met on YouTube. Who she's just an awesome. She's like the next Bomb Cherry, y'all.
And make
She
sure she
Oh,
puts her subscription link in the
she don't
chat.
have one. She won't do it.
Oh,
But
okay.
she's freaking awesome. Like y'all, she give great advice. She's just a beautiful person, by herself. Incognito is a beautiful. I've actually spoken. I don't know if I should say this, but offline on the phone with her. She's a beautiful person, y'all. So I
good.
don't know.
That's beautiful.
Queen Cascade 1. Queen Cascade, y'all subscribe to Queen Cascade 2.0, guys. Army Vets. Keyshawn Wilson. Keyshawn. Okay, I was just saying hello to everybody. Good morning. Good morning,
Mhm.
my dears. Look, this is how I greet the kids. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Before I answer Mumu's question, is it your policy on your channel where people who are moderators with the channel they can advertise their subscriptions?
They absolutely can. Yes,
All right,
yes,
that's very
yes.
good. That's a good friend.
Anybody who is a moderator here, if you have a channel, please put your links in. Because I'm gonna
Amen
tell
to
you
that.
this, I go back through my chat after most of the shows, and I go back and any links that anybody posted, I click on them.
Amen
So
to
I,
that.
I will tell you this: if you drop a link, even though I might not see it during the show, I go back because I get distracted easily, so I try not to do that during the show.
Right.
Well, we're
I
distracted from Mumu's question at the moment.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Momo. What were
He
you
asked,
saying?
"What is a movie that we cried about?" And I don't know if he meant animation specifically, so I'll just say an animation. Of course, The Lion King is on top, right? However, I cried Finding Nemo. Like when I saw Finding Nemo, I found myself having a couple of tears shed. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why am I crying over Finding Nemo? But I did.
Listen, Finding
They
Nemo
make
was
the movie
epic.
sad.
Just keep swimming. What do you do when you're lost? Just keep swimming. Just keep
She was
swimming.
like, when I'm with you, I'm home. And I was like,
Yes.
oh, damn.
Yes.
That was it. Of course, I saw the other parts that were very sensitive and a lot of stuff that was funny. But when she was like, I don't know, it's just like when I'm with you, I'm home.
I'm
I was
home.
like, oh,
Yes.
goddamn. And
I
here
Yeah,
comes
I
the
love
love
waterworks.
Finding
Disney
Nemo.
movies. They always
And
have a
and
sad part in it.
and what about the movie Avatar? Y'all know they're making another Avatar. Oh my God,
Yeah, I
Avatar
heard.
was so
Yeah, it's
epic
out
for
at
me.
theaters now. I got to check that out, hopefully.
I never saw the first one.
They got a Black Panther 2 coming out.
Yeah, the guy that played in the first one, he was making it before he passed away. He was filming it.
I saw the trailer. It looked like they're going to do it justice.
He
Everybody else is in it except for the
Keyshawn, go to
young
your
man that
about
passed away.
page
I
on
thought
your
he was in some
channel.
of it.
Keyshawn, go to your about
He
page
might have been.
and click and copy and paste it. I mean copy it and then paste it in my link. Because let me tell y'all something. I really try to follow everybody. Like I found Sharice, but Sharice don't make no videos. But what I do is if I can click on your name, I click on your name and then I try to find you. But like Care 504, for some reason I could not find him. So when he dropped the link in Bomb Cherry thing, because I am a mod over there, I was able to click on that and go straight to his page and subscribe.
Mm-hmm. Well, me,
So
I got one video, but I'm not talking or doing it. I was just playing a game.
yeah, but I want everybody to drop their links because it's so easy to click on a link and go and
Mm-hmm.
find somebody. It's like if you put in Mule University, you would not find me. I have so many people say they can't find me. And even when I go on my computer, I can't find me. But if
Wow.
you know what I'm saying,
I heard
you're
it's
not.
case sensitive. Like you gotta write it exactly how it is in in the chat? I mean, on the thing. That's what I heard,
I'm
but I
not
don't know.
I'm not even sure about that because I put it exactly how Mill University is, and I can't find
Right.
me. So
Yeah.
I do
Well, when I was trying to
understand.
find House of Bomb, I could not find that shit. Like
Yeah,
I couldn't find it. I typed it in I typed it in exactly how she said it. I just couldn't find it.
yeah. So that's why I always ask for you to please put your stuff in a link. I mean, I might not say it every time. I'm just reminded today because of Mela to say it, but please put your links in the chat. That way I can find you. Because I like to support. Let me tell you, I subscribe to every damn body.
Me
I
too,
do. I
actually.
subscribe. It's free, y'all. I mean,
Right.
it ain't. Why not support
Hmm.
each other? And then like minds should like each other. That's just how I
Right.
think about it. I want Keyshawn Wilson. I want all these people, especially if you're putting out stuff. I want to see what you're putting out. That's just me.
Keyshawn has a YouTube.
Keyshawn, do you have a YouTube?
Oh, okay. I know. I thought you said that she did. That's why.
No,
Okay.
but I'm just saying I like when she jumps on the panel with us. I
Right.
like I like to hear what she has to say. So I want you to put your YouTube up. I
And,
really
and,
do.
Right.
and hearing people, hearing when you, damn, what am I trying to say? When people
Hmm.
hear you say that, it encourages them to start their own channels. It's like, okay, we
Hmm.
can be supportive, and it
Right.
doesn't have to be in a way that's intrusive. Because, you know, putting a link in a chat room and everybody listening to everybody and doing whatever it is that they want to do, that's a spirit of support as well. Like a lot of people think it's about dropping cash. That's not always necessarily the case. A lot of times people want that uh community spirit, right? That
Hmm.
community spirit is like just knowing that somebody is like, I know we've had a rough patch, but I want the best for you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
I'm just glad that everybody's getting a chance to advertise what's going on with them so that everybody can support one another. That's a beautiful thing to hear.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning, my
morning.
dear.
Good morning. I didn't want to interrupt, but Mule. Oh, I was gonna answer Momo's question, but I wanted to tell Mule something. We are the panel because I know you guys be talking about this stuff. Um, Color Purple had me crying. I cried at Color Purple.
Hmm.
I cried at Soldier Story. Um, that was sad to me. Okay, Mule. Okay, I got a chance to talk to that guy, James.
Oh no.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Mule.
Break it down, sis. Break it down.
Okay,
Tell
okay.
us.
I don't have. You know what? That's why I'm gonna hop up real quick. Mule, you have to do a live. We gotta talk about it. I'm not gonna be able to talk about it today, but I hadn't had a chance to really tell you. Um, and everybody that's on the panel, like, we really need to break it down. I did. I talked to him for a long time.
You got the recording?
It's on his YouTube. It's on his thing. I didn't record
Mm.
it. I don't know how to do all that kind of stuff, but I just got tired. Like
But it's
he
on
was
his.
live.
But it's on
Um,
his, so we can see it.
what you say?
You said it's on his page. I said you
Yes,
said
on
it's
his
on his page,
page.
so we can still
Yeah,
see it. Okay.
yeah. I just got tired of like them talking. I mean, it was too much. The way they were talking about black women, it was just too much, and I just had to hop on
Mm.
and just say something.
Did you
So,
drill?
what'd you say?
I said, did you drill? Did you drill him?
I mean, it's not natural. It's weird that they would spend their time discussing weaves and wigs and just feminine things because men that I know that are masculine or men that I know, they don't talk about stuff like that.
Did she cut out?
You know, I'm sorry, what you say?
No, masculine men don't. No,
Yeah,
they don't.
they don't discuss that. And he had a woman like that was natural and feminine and everything. You know, I brought that
Game?
up.
Wait,
Yeah,
yes, he
are
has
you
sister named Roro. Girl,
girl?
Roro is pretty.
Yes. I brought that up. I'm like, what are you wanting? This woman gave you money. This woman helped you. She was feminine. She was
They
natural.
don't like
She
women.
was
That's what it is.
beautiful. Okay. And I'm like, it just make me think that maybe y'all, like, I don't know, like it's weird.
Yeah, they gang.
So
They gang.
yeah, we got a chance to talk, and then another guy was on there, and he kind of explained everything. Like it was entertainment. You know, you can't. People say, "Well, this ain't. It's not the space for kumbaya," and I know I heard that over on other channels too. Whenever I would try to be like, "Come on, let's talk about something that's gonna be well for the community," and they're like, "Oh, you in the wrong place. YouTube is not for that." And I'm like, but this is damaging. This is not good because you have young people and you got people who are followers and just don't have their own mind. They are listening to this stuff and they are actually basing their relationships off of this crap that y'all are talking about.
Right.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, girl, I don't. It's crazy, but I do have a wrench over there, so I can be dropping. I'm gonna drop channels over there. He finally gave me a wrench because it was a mess.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was over there yesterday and I dropped my channel and I got two people to come, to subscribe. I don't have any content just yet, but
Oh, we'll
yeah,
put it in the back chat. I'll subscribe.
Oh, I don't have any content yet. But Mule, I
It's
want
okay.
us to talk about it. Sharice, you guys, Mella,
No. It's because just me. We will talk about it.
we
Drop your link for your channel in the back chat. Now
Yeah, drop it. Cause like when you do post a video, we could, we'll already be
Yeah,
subscribed.
we'll already
okay. What
see it.
I don't know how to do. I don't know how to do it yet. Do that. I'll do it in the
Sharice, tell her.
Okay. So go on YouTube and then go to your home screen. I don't know if you're on your phone or a computer.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay, yeah. So you should be able to go to your home screen. Hold on, let me look.
Mhm.
And then it should say share. Like if you click on your little picture,
Mm-hmm.
and then hold on, then I think go to your channel. Yeah, and then the three little dots. So if you click on your picture, right, it'll be three. Go to your channel. It'll be three dots up there, and if you click the three dots, one of them will say share. The first one.
Okay.
Okay, you got it. So hey, I
I'ma
just
do
want to
it.
say, wow, what's up, Sister Kosha Malik?
Good
Wow, what's
morning.
up?
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Sister
everybody.
Renee.
Hey.
Rochelle is in the building, and Kira, I'm not for everyone. I'm not for everyone is also in the building. What's good, Sister Kosha Malik?
Hey,
You got
girl.
the flow.
Girl,
Yeah.
these men talking points cross cancel each other out like fractions. You start with this big old ass 1 million over 7 billion. And by the time they finish talking that shit down to 1/1, because they always talking out of both sides of their mouth and don't leave shit but a piece of shit when they finish, because a fraction is a piece of something. It's not even a whole. And that's all they leave is shit, because they say one thing and then they run over here and say something that erased that. And they run over here and say something that
Contradicted.
erased that.
Yeah. They always contradict themselves.
And they act like people too slow to see this. Actually, women are communicators. So we see the shit more than men. But I guess they think, like when your little children be trying to pull one over your head and you let them think.
Yeah, and they think they're like, yeah, but no, we're smarter than y'all. Like,
And I ain't even saying that, but they talk. I heard them say some stuff, and it's funny because I had said I used to jokingly say, "Oh boy, I had a harem." I heard there's some that word harem used, girl. Quite a few times yesterday, and I said jokingly, but they say some if taking an L in love or relationships. Number one, ain't no losing, because some people too fucking scared to even participate. So they sit on the sidelines and laugh at the people that try to engage, and I'll listen to them people talk out of both sides of their mouth, and it don't make sense. And I didn't know. And how about we went in a gender war? I was having conversations on YouTube. When the fuck they tell us we was in a gender war? Because I don't know if you remember, Mello. When I say, see, you trying, I ain't gonna say the person's name, but I say you trying to do what? And I'm having a conversation, and I heard it last night, and I'm like, we're having conversations, but you all are engaged in a war that I'm not. Did anybody up here ever think they was in a war when they were having conversations on a panel?
No.
No,
Or and I'm
I never considered it a war. I
Me neither.
I think I considered it
Me neither.
confrontation, but not a war.
we
Well,
could
as far
have
as Black
political
women are
debate.
If this
concerned, I
is
considered it
if
a response
if
because
this
a
is
It
the
lot
ain't
of
even
shit
be
that they
debate
definition,
sometimes. Because
if this
I
is
could debate Republican
Wait,
versus
just me. I just subscribed to your channel, just me.
if this is the definition to men like them as a war, then no wonder why they are where they are in their life. No wonder why nothing has been done. No wonder why they
Thank
never
you.
could win an actual war, because they're not even doing a good job at this war.
right.
If this is a
Let
war.
me go. Okay, yeah, let me go
YouTube.
subscribe to.
And then
Because
and then to talk about ugly ass James, because yeah, we saw his picture. He ugly as fuck. But to
Damn,
talk about
I need to find him.
ugly ass James, for one thing, to talk about him, I just find it funny how they're really over there entertaining themselves talking about Black women when they need to be talking about him. Like, you literally don't even know if your daughter is being M-worded, and you
Right.
don't want to try to find out. Your dad almost killed you. You was crying about your aunt getting on welfare. Like, you cry about every damn thing. And then he's sitting there on YouTube like a goofy ass sucker, talking about how you got a militia of 200 Black men that's gonna go out there and sacrifice Black women. As if, but then if something like the cyber police basically come and hit his ass up, he'll be sitting there crying, talking about it's unjust, unfair, and it's racially motivated, when he the one sitting there just literally outing himself, just like they do in rap music. Like, it's
Who,
just,
who
it's
was this
so,
dude, Rachelle? Who was this dude, and what's his channel?
You
I
know
don't know his
James.
channel, but I don't know
I
if
ain't
you
know
were,
if it's
You
been
know
over there.
James.
I
He comes
I
on
I don't
don't,
want to
Taz's
say
show.
his channel. I don't
hold
want to
on.
say his channel because he's usually 99.99999% wrong. He was just
Yeah.
right on
Yes, he's
one thing
always
today.
wrong. So, okay, Moo, you remember? I don't know if you was in Nyla's chat one time. He came on multiple times for hours. He was on there, yelling and screaming and mad. Taz had to come on there. He was yelling and screaming at Taz and everything. He was on Nyla's channel saying that we need to be sacrificed, so basically they could share power at the seat at the table with white men.
Momo,
That Black
it's
men
the
can do
same
that.
guy who said that his
And
dad tried to kill
yeah,
them
yeah, he's
and
Yeah.
ran into them with an 18-wheeler car or something. It's the
no,
same
yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same guy who said that his dad ran his car into a pole to kill them. It's the same guy that literally was on Taz's panel for hours talking crap about Black women. Like, but then he left for a while, and then he tried to come back and act like that he was all for um helping Black women and understanding Black women and listening to Black women. And we went up on the back chat because Taz wouldn't let us up on the panel. We went to the back chat because he was trying to pretend he wasn't him, and we told Taz that that was him, and then he left again.
Yeah, I remember that. I
He
remember
That's
always
that.
tries to
James.
pretend it's not him. He's come on like 4 or 5 different times trying to pretend he's somebody else, but he uses a similar name of his name, like Jay Prince and shit. That's him too, Jay Prince.
Yeah,
But I don't even know where this war came in, because in the real world, I work with Black men. Sometimes they bring me lunch. Sometimes I bring them lunch. Sometimes that we have Christmas parties at work. Um, and they open doors and this and that. So I don't know what world is these people live in outside of their YouTube imagination. And women don't even be starting drama on YouTube.
Really, it's
Yes.
just
We really
it's just
don't.
a war against black women versus incels.
Wait,
Cause
let me just say this here. I have
huge problem.
I
There-
am not for everyone, Kira. Thank you, sis, for coming up. Come on, sis.
Good morning.
Incognito is here. Sister Incognito, wow, welcome,
Good
Incognito.
morning, y'all.
And we have the beautiful Miss Queen Cascade up here. Wow, welcome, Queen.
Wagwan.
Everybody get a
morning,
chance to say
ladies.
something, ladies. Kira, you have something to say? You next up.
Oh no, what's good? Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Hey.
All right, love you, sis. Sister Incognito, wow, welcome, my darling.
Good morning, ladies and moo. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good
Gentlemen.
morning. Good morning. Good morning,
Good
my
morning. I was
dear.
gonna tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. I just want to tell you that right quick, Mule, and
Why? Too many ladies up here for
No,
you?
Momo, stay
yeah,
up here.
yeah.
I'm gonna feel offended if you drop off.
All right, I'm gonna stay up.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
we need
Incognito, go ahead and tell us what you feel.
okay,
Did you see the
y'all.
movie? Okay.
Okay. No, I came up here just to derail for 1 minute. Just for 1 minute, I came to derail
Okay.
for our good friend, our good friend Suave Boss has been vindicated, and that's
Wait, what
all I
happened?
came.
What happened?
Girl, Mew, let me tell you, I did not want to leave a comment under your comments because I don't want to start no more mess with the Roach Queen.
What, girl? What
Mandy?
happened?
Who, Mandy?
Yes.
Mm.
Let's call her the Roach Queen because we're going to
no,
keep
that's
her
wolf
energy
puss. That's
over
wolf
there.
puss.
Okay.
Oh,
Suave
well,
Boss has been
yeah.
vindicated.
Wait, what
Everybody,
happened?
baby, everybody on the chopping block for her. Lex, Blue,
The demon squad.
Neon May,
I know you lied.
baby, Sonetta. Baby, let me tell you, Lex had a stream last night, and Lord, I wished I could have just called you and said, Mew, you got to jump on this
I
stream.
thought that was I
Wait,
thought that
wait,
was
hold
I
on.
thought that was his
Okay,
best
wait, hold
friend.
on, y'all.
Oh, no,
Is that
ma'am.
stream still up? Is the stream still up?
It should still be up.
Girl,
Look on the
When
let me
she
tell
was
you, girl,
talking about
Sonetta
Taz,
was
that
up
was his
there.
best friend.
Nepal was up there. Baby, when I
Girl, wait.
tell you, that was the, let me tell you. And Nanda was live. Oh, I'm sorry. The Roach Queen was live streaming it. Baby, he caught everything that we said that she was doing to Suave. She is now doing to Lex and Blue and the Yame. Of course, Sonetta and Nepal always get thrown in the mix, in the gumbo. But Suave Boss has been
So
vindicated.
who page it was on? Sonetta?
I was on Lex's live last night. I
Lexus.
was cloud
Okay.
watching.
Okay.
Baby, he called her every B you could find, every way
Did he
you
tell
could
her?
spell it, he read her up one side down the other.
Good.
Did he
She
say she
deserved
need
that.
to be hung from Congo Square?
Well, if he said it, I missed it, but honey, he
Because he
might as
loved to
well
say
have
that
said
about
it.
black women, that they should be
He
hung
might
from
as well
Congo
say it.
Square.
But
Girl,
I was
I'm about
just
to go
there.
in, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all keep
I
talking.
was there just
I'm
to
about to leave
enjoy.
my channel to watch this shit.
I didn't want him to block me, so I didn't say nothing in the chat.
It's still up. Oh, Sister Incognito.
Baby, let me
It's still
tell
up.
you.
Because you know Lex like to pull his shit down too. Let me have to
Uh-huh.
watch this. I'm
I got
sorry,
to drop
y'all.
the link in the chat, so I what
Mute.
y'all talking about?
Girl,
Download
I
it,
gotta see
Mute.
this. I got to. You know I
Yeah,
do.
download
Girl,
it.
baby.
If you put the link, I can download it too.
Everything that they was doing to Suave Boss and all of that caping they was doing for her.
And y'all know that's my fucking
baby,
boy. Y'all know that. They tried to make it seem like we protected the wrong
like
person.
we was protecting
Y'all
Suave Boss for no
y'all
reason.
wrong.
Baby,
Y'all wrong.
everything we was saying, he said last night. Everything we was saying, Blue said the other day. That's what I'm just saying. All that karma came right back to him.
It's the same shit right now with Ruth. Let me tell you, these Hebrew Israelites, y'all, they want us. David Johnson, they want us to take and say it's okay for a boy at 11 to be being a grown person. You know why they want us to say this man is
Because they want to mess with your
Because
girls.
they want to fuck with your daughters when they 10 and 11.
And they
want
don't
it.
mind.
And the minute you say can agree that this motherfucking boy was a grown up when he did this shit at 10 and 11, then that means your daughters also are grown ups. And I'm not going. You're not about to
Yes.
adultify children for me. Now,
You.
Suave
I'm
is
not
different
going.
because it's not nothing for children. It's about adults. But
You, I
girl,
heard
this
you.
is what they do. They want to play you as if you're
Uh-huh.
stupid. I can see
They
around a fucking
exactly.
corner. I can
All
see
of us,
around a corner, baby.
all
You.
you divestors up here, let me tell y'all, Suave Boss has been vindicated. He's been vindicated because everything we was doing and going over there, you know, blasting her chat with, you know, telling her about herself. Now, now the tables have turned, baby. The tables are turned. Baby, everybody on her altar. Solar is on
Hold
her
on,
altar.
no,
Solar
I
Mine,
got too many altars. She better stop playing
baby.
with them altars.
Everybody on her altar, baby. She
had
ain't got no
pneumonia.
friends. She
She
don't
had
have no
pneumonia.
Girl,
friends
Had
left on
she
this
never
side of
had no
YouTube.
friends. She
She
needed to
has
get
no
her fucking teeth
friends.
fixed. That's
She don't
what
have.
she do.
Girl, he even went in on the gold. Somebody came in last night, Rochelle, as Nandy's go-tos. Girl, I was dying. I was crying I was crying in the class laughing.
Shit,
Baby.
me and Moonflower even went over there one time because she was running her fucking mouth about Moonflower. She actually let us up on that panel.
Girl.
And then she kept dropping me off the panel because, you know, if I'm going over there, I don't want to have a conversation with you. You're pretty much worthless to me. So I'm gonna treat you like shit. So that's what I did. I talked about her teeth, her wolf pussy, how she sound like she eat a pack of cigarettes a day.
Girl, they was
Her
going
ugly
in
ass
on her
fedora
last
that she
night.
be wearing in that picture. I talked about everything. And then I went after her fat ass fucking biracial friend too. Or she looked
Let me
biracial.
tell you. Oh, Emily on the chopping block too, baby.
Well,
Emily
I treated her fat ass.
on the chopping block, baby. They all laid down on the altar now. But when I saw Sarnetta, I know people had a history with Sarnetta, but Sarnetta is actually funny to me. When I saw him come up there, I was like, okay, yeah, I got to stay.
Girl,
Let me get
wait.
my
A long
popcorn.
time ago, he came over there and said, "Who messing with my boo boo?" Girl,
Girl, that was the best stream ever. Y'all, you remember we did a whole review on that stream, child.
Who messing with my
With
boo
my
boo?
boo.
Let the black women that be sitting there mammying like she be doing, mammying extra hard, let them cape for her.
Let them hoes fight for her.
Let them do
Yes, girl.
because the men
Oh,
show as hell
Bump
that they
eggs
be
might
over
kick
there.
for her.
They
No,
be over
let me
there
tell
having a
y'all
good
something.
time. They be over there having a good time, especially
Well,
when
hold
she's
on,
talking about
Rochelle, because
Taz.
when I first came to YouTube, I didn't used to want to say shit about women. I'm going to be honest, because the men was going so hard on women. But I have learned these women,
Some of
girl,
them,
will come
let them.
out windmilling behind these men that you attacking. And they
In
will
front of
eat
these
you
men.
for fuck. Yes, they will eat you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you
She
know what?
windmilled
I'm
for
going to be
all of
honest.
them.
I have no
Yes, she
problem
did.
cursing
She
these
windmilled
hoes
for
out.
all of them, and now they after her ass. And
Now
I'm
they
just like,
all,
leave her
the
ass
only
They don't
friend,
like
the
her
ground.
ass.
Rochelle, the only friend she got is Judah Naz and Rob Rack. Them the only two friends she got.
You
And
said
whoever
Oh
Judah.
else.
no, not oh no,
Hey,
not
listen,
Midtown
y'all keep
Pookie. I
on.
hope
Do
he's still
not,
over there.
please, none
What
of
happened
y'all
to
jump off
Rozzy? Oh
this
my
here panel.
God.
Listen,
I
none of
just
y'all
seen him
jump off
last
this
night on
panel.
Irene.
I gotta have at least 5-10 minutes just for me to listen to this. I gotta listen to part of it now. Y'all know I'm a YouTube addict. I gotta hear it.
Girl, I was just hoping one of y'all, Sharice,
Oh
I
my
saw you.
God.
Girl, I'm telling you, Renee, go listen to that stream, honey. I was clapping for Suave Boss. I was like, I hope
What
Suave is in the class with me because he's been vindicated. But all
what
that
I
crap.
will say is I will not listen to the stream because
Okay.
she, all of them is worthless to me. Like I won't listen to any of it because I don't know. I feel like my time is better suited doing something else. Like I could
Well, that's
literally,
true.
my time is better suited wiping my ass than to watch they damn content.
You don't like 12? Marsha,
But
Huh?
you don't like Suave?
No, I
Oh,
do
I
like
love
Suave.
Suave.
No, I'm
I
talking. I
love
thought you was
Suave.
talking about Wolf Pussy and Fat Boy Flex.
Lex, and you know what? It's been, I don't know if it's been discovered, or I don't know if this is true, but she keep calling. I think Lex got either, Lord, I don't want to say it, a missing leg or something. Girl, they been like
Why you say that?
like one of his limbs is missing. Now that's not funny, but
Why you say
it's
that?
just because that's what she kept saying, that he has a peg leg. She kept calling him peg leg. Girl, let me tell you some side mess that was going on in the chat. Blue and his wife, Lord, I hope they get off YouTube and go resolve that. But they was going in the chat. Holly had to come in the chat and defend herself. Girl, it was a whole F show. Do you hear me? It was a whole F show, but I was there for it, baby. I was
I
present and
know they
listening.
was trying. This heifer, the Roach Queen, this bitch was saying that Holly was trying to get with Blue.
Girl, yeah, Holly had to even
Why
okay,
she worried
even
about
Blue's
it? They
wife.
ain't trying to get
Blue's
with
wife
her.
was in the chat. Blue's wife was in the chat, and she was accusing Holly too.
No, they was saying Blue wife was in the chat and said she did videos, baby. Blue wife got
They
her own channel.
see
Y'all know that? Look,
she keep taking down her videos, but she was
wait.
in the chat last night and she was
So
accusing Holly. Holly was trying to defend herself, but po
I'm
thing,
about to
she
put it in the back
Sharice,
chat. Who
Yeah.
Blue wife is. You know who Blue
AQ
wife
better
is.
get her ass up out of here.
Shabo,
She gonna
right?
come after her
Look,
pudgy
fuck the
face
back
ass
chat.
too now.
Y'all know Shabo. The chick Shabo is Blue wife, right?
AQ.
yeah, but she go as Shay
Right.
Love
That's what I said.
online.
Shay Love. Yes, but her
Shay Love.
channel is Shay Love. And baby, Shay Love did her own video. She would do the video and take it down. But you know, I had already watched that shit.
That's what I said, Marsha. I said she'll
She
defend
do
her.
the girl,
Well,
and she
not
was
for
basically
long. But
saying how Blue wasn't doing right by her and the
Yeah, because the
kids.
niggas don't like her.
because I find it funny how the niggas at this point, they don't like her or whatever, talking all this shit. She ain't gonna be defending her ass for long in that damn
They
chat. She
Right.
gotta
let me
go.
tell
She
you,
gotta go
no,
swing
they
on her
was disrespectful.
Tarzan vine so she can go save
Rochelle.
those worthless ass dudes.
They I thought you was talking about Shay. Shay, they was
No,
really disrespecting Blue's wife last night in that chat. They
well, of
just, oh
course,
my God, nobody is safe over there, y'all. Nobody is
because they
safe.
don't care about
Emily,
nobody's wife or none of that. They don't give a fuck
they
about
don't
none of that
care.
shit.
Po
Talking about,
Emily,
oh well, I got a problem with women that don't want to just date black men. But okay, she dating a black man. She's married to a black man, and you still treating her like shit. So what's the point?
child, yes. So it was a shit show. And if you just want as you cleaning, as you working out, if you just want to listen, it's worth it.
Yeah, Baba Rashana need to shut the hell up. That's what she need to do. Don't nobody be listening to her like that. Them
You say
women
I'm
only
Baba
scared
go over
because
Rashad.
there
every
because
time
she.
I jump off of my thing to go watch something else, y'all in my show, everybody leave. But I am so excited. I just want to hear for myself.
No,
Can I
you
share
can't
it?
go right now.
I tried to, girl, but I can't. But listen, I already know how y'all do me. Y'all be playing me for the fool. Soon as I leave, y'all leave my show. Don't
We
leave.
ain't
I'm telling
leaving.
you.
We are not
No, we
leaving.
still here having a
We gonna be
conversation.
here.
Please,
You go.
please
But
don't
that,
do me that. Hold me
We're not
down,
gonna
y'all.
leave.
Hold me
yeah,
down.
but
Can I play it?
that's exact.
Listen, listen, if y'all ever want me to, listen, Sharice, without a doubt, I'm coming to defend your ass. I don't give a fuck what these bitches. Certain people, y'all, incognito, I'm coming on all 10 toes, bitch, in
Baby.
a boat, in a
10 toes,
plane,
baby.
and I'm
I already know.
coming to
That's why I
defend.
fuck with you.
But see these hoes, they don't have no protection. They not used to a motherfucker like me or my daddy. Y'all not used to real motherfuckers who would come to fly. I would fly in. I would fly. Listen, I'm not just YouTubing. I'm not a YouTube person. I don't know everything that I should say correct on everything, right? But
don't fuck with people who I fuck with. That's just the bottom line. If I'm down for you, I'm down for you all the way. And
See
that's
that?
how I feel. And and so it's hard for me to really express myself with so much fake people around, honestly, because I feel like I don't want to sound like a fake motherfucker. But if I'm
Girl,
down for somebody, I am down for you all the way. I wouldn't give
absolutely.
a fuck if I had to fly in on your ass. I'll fly in. Fuck you.
Girl, I'm telling you, it's
See
baby.
that's exactly why it doesn't pay to cape for all of them. And
Exactly.
yeah, and then to make it so bad, you cape for the wrong ones.
For the wrong one.
For the
And see,
wrong
that's
ones.
why I went
Like
so
me,
hard.
I can admit, I got a cape. I wear a cape for certain black men
Yeah.
For
on this damn
Suave, I
And
wear
and
thing.
that's my
my.
problem, y'all.
She
I
picked on
have,
Suave for no
and I
reason.
will admit, I have put the cape on for the wrong ones a couple times. And guess what? I can apologize and say, okay,
Did they prove you wrong?
yes. But
Yes,
guess
they
what?
do it all the time. Like she was
Yeah.
in there caping for all these dudes that only came over there so she can clap back at Taz. And that is not a good union when it comes
Let
to
me tell you
anything.
something.
So now
When you
now it's
fooling with people
backfiring.
who are real,
Yep.
let me tell you, it don't mean I have to agree with 100% of everything somebody say, but your
Right.
principles are you're a good person. Your
Right.
principles are you're a decent motherfucker. I can rock with you. It
Right.
doesn't mean I agree with everything wholeheartedly you say. That's the fakeness of YouTube.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're
Right.
not really to agree with every single thing somebody say. Like
If you agree with everything my dumb ass say, I'm gonna be thinking, I'm gonna question
Right.
your, I'm gonna question some of that shit.
Like
Right.
okay, like like since Mumu here, Mumu for example, I don't have to agree with everything Mumu say, but I sure as hell he's one of the ones I would cape for. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll cape for Mumu
Hell
because
yeah, me
he
too.
showed me somewhat how he is outside of YouTube, because of course we don't know his full life. We just don't.
Yeah, but
And
you
we
know what
never
he
will.
shows
But
us? He fuck with us. He shows
Right.
us he got our back. T
he
Will got our
shows us that
back.
he's a family man. He shows us that he walk how he talk and everything. So I
Exactly.
can cape for that. I'll cape for
Right.
that. But I'm not caping for no
Cause we
fat
was
bitch
on
named
Vine the other
Lex.
day
I'm not
and
caping
a
for none of them
motherfucker
niggas.
said something. Philly boy tried to say something. I said, who the fuck you talking to? Well, first of all, who you talking? Because I knew he wasn't talking to Moo like that. Because if you want to hear the mule go in the cape was about to fly.
Now I will catch myself at this point with Mumu and stuff sometimes, because Mumu, like when I did cape for him that one time, he did make it clear he was like he didn't need anybody to come
Yeah.
protect him or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah,
So
him and T Will, they always say they don't want us
yeah,
to
they
do
will
that, but
say it. So I
I
have to
wouldn't give a
catch
shit.
myself
I wouldn't give a
sometimes.
shit because
I
at the
don't
end
care
of the
neither.
day, let me tell y'all something. It's the problem to me when they let the women. I'm gonna be honest. I let men go play further with them, but when I see women keep coming for them, because I have
Yeah.
seen
Right. That's me
Suave
too.
fold. Listen, these men who we really like, they will fold for women, and they're not folding for women because they're scared. It's just a respect thing. So when you
Well,
see
no,
me
we
jump
coming.
in and see me caping, it's not me caping because he couldn't handle his own. It's because like my husband. Let me tell you something.
I'm
I
coming.
tell y'all, I joke and tell y'all I say all kind of crazy shit to my husband, my dad, and my brother. And they don't threaten me, they just bow down. But it's not that they bowing down because they're scared of me. It's bowing down because they know my mouth, right? But I know overwhelmingly they could all whip my ass one by one. But I know they're not, right? So it's not a fear that they have of me. They just be like, we don't want to argue with your crazy ass, right?
No, yeah. If it's
Hey,
if it,
if it's a woman,
How
I'll
are
cape
y'all
for 'em.
doing?
Hey, my
who's
dear.
that,
Hey,
MJ?
MJ.
Yes, hi. You
Hey,
know I had to get on this
Hey, but
shit.
let
Hey,
me tell you this
MJ.
here. Let me just say this here. When I
Yeah,
see somebody
MJ.
arguing with T Will, Moo, Suave, I'm gonna be honest. If it's a woman, keep coming for them. I'm going in on all 10 toes. Fuck all.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
can say I'm caping. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm caping.
Now I'm glad. You know what? Kev 504 too. I love his
Oh
I
yeah,
love
I'm
listening
caping for
to
his
him.
ass too. That's
I
my
love him. I
boy. Yeah, that's my
really,
homie.
really do.
Yeah.
MJ, but I'm glad you here for this conversation too, because you was there too for that mess, and I was just
Oh
hoping
yeah.
some of us was in the clouds listening, because I was like, Lord have mercy. This has come full circle. Suave has been vindicated. I just wanted to keep typing that in the
But I
chat, but
knew
Swab was
I knew
vindicated
that was
before that
gonna
happened.
he
happen. I knew
was. He
that
was.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that everything that was being said about Swab, it was going to clear up, because when you are not nice people and you do things intentionally to hurt and harm people, it's always going to come back to you tenfold. And the people that helps and assist you to hurt other people, they're all
Yep.
going to they're like I said, they're crabs in a battle. They're snakes in the garden. They're going to snake on each other. And that's exactly
Yep.
what happened. When they had an
Yep.
Wait, hold
agenda,
on,
everybody was on
MJ.
code.
MJ, wait 1 second. God damn. Do y'all think I should end the stream and do another stream and go on live on Swab channel? Cause y'all know I could have access to his channel.
It's up to you if you
You think
want.
you think he's gonna pop up?
I don't know. I'm
I hope
trying
he
to.
do. I hope he do, because he
Yeah,
needs to. If
I
he
mean,
didn't
I
hear it, he
really
needs
want
to
this
hear
on
it.
his channel, y'all. I really do. And I know he's working 2 jobs and Katrina is working. So I know him and his wife is busy working, but I really kind of want this on their channel. I'm feeling so good right now. Can I put it on this channel, y'all, and y'all not be mad if I go off for a minute and come right, y'all can't off because it's
Yeah, we
Go
won't
ahead,
get
do
hold
your
on.
thing.
Hold on,
Go
let me
ahead.
say it's
can add
Sharice,
the
it's Mumu, it's Koja, it's Renee, it's I'm Not For Everyone, it's Incognito, it's Queen Cascade, it's MJ. Can y'all promise me if I drop down and
I'll
come
come
back
back.
like in 60 seconds? Can y'all come back? Because I want to
I'll
do a
come back.
stream on his channel.
I'll come back. I'll
Okay.
come back.
All right. Love y'all.
Mule.
Okay.
Love you.
Mule.
What you say, Queen?
You.
You can add the all you have to do is add the icon in the back. If you're on StreamYard, if you're using StreamYard, to add the other channel. If you don't want to cut off from this channel, if you want to keep
Okay,
it going,
so
then
show
just
me
Okay.
how
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay, I see comments, banners, and brand. So do I go to brand?
no, at the top where you've
Okay.
got the very top above where it says brand, you've got you've got your icon for your channel. But you can also add the other what's at the top.
I see YouTube at the top.
Can you see the icons?
Mm-mm.
You can't see the icons at the top.
You on your phone, Mule?
Yes, I'm on my phone.
That's
Oh,
probably
okay.
why.
That's probably why. Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and log
Wait, let
off
me
and come
see if
back
I
on.
click live. So it says live. Remove from stream. Solo layout. Can I click solo layout?
No, solo layout changes the layout of the actual screen that you're on.
icons.
It changes around the avatars on the screen.
Okay.
If it's not there, don't worry about it, because the setup on the phone is different to the setup on the laptop.
Okay, I just really want to put this on his channel, y'all. I'm so sorry, y'all. I just want to put this on his channel. So I'm gonna get off of here now and go over there, okay? Give me 1 second, okay? All right.
Okay.